Good evening, hunks and hotties, and welcome to another steamy session of Blood from a Stone. A tale of love and dread, and sexy surprises in RPG. My name's Philip, and I'm your Dread Master. And surrounding me are our sultry, hot, steaming, sweaty players. Blow a kiss to the camera, hello, players.
Hello, players.
Hey. I have very mixed feelings about this intro.
Apostrophe this, you did just call a party line. That's what this game is. It's a motherfucking party line.
What's a party line?
Oh, you
like
summer
sexy
child.
singles in your. Oh my god, you're a baby. You don't remember. It's a 1-900 number.
Commercials.
It's back before the internet.
I used to stay up late at like random nights watching broad network television.
Oh yeah, in like 2004.
Yeah.
We're talking about the 90s, baby.
Yeah. Well, in any case,
A party line was a chat room, but on a phone. But it was inappropriate. For
Well,
this.
you know,
chat
I know-
room, but on a phone. That's perfect.
I know.
That's amazing because that literally is what it is.
In my mind, a party line implies there are like multiple people involved. Is that what's going on, or is it just like
It's a chat room on a phone. It's like a
Yes,
group.
and I think the wrap on it is the ads are just like nothing but like beautiful women in soft focus. Totally the aesthetic of this game, and it's just them. I'll be like, we're ready to tell you our fantasies, and then you call in, and it's just a bunch of very sad, horny guys, like breathing heavy. Like, where are the ladies? Where are they? Oh my god, etc., etc. So, in any event. Yes, that is the vibe here of Voluptua. My name is Philip, I'm the Dread Master. The players have blown you a sweet, seductive kiss, so we can get into the action just like a good Voluptua story does. In our sort of previously on, a man named Rawlings was aboard a strange test station in Sector 95, the area of Rocket Base 95, when a dread storm occurred that caused a large glass window into outer space to sort of burst up as the purple mists came through, and a pool was there. A sultry woman in a bikini swam up and seduced Rawlings into coming and going down. At this point, Rawlings somehow left Rocket Base 95, and though other events occurred there, we will revisit them later with Elutella and Pascal. Meanwhile, in the dreadland called Voluptua, a tropical paradise with a resort of the same name, everyone was getting ready for a huge calendar shoot. We met Trixie Daisy, bartender extraordinaire. We met Kimberly Lisa Thiessen, an aerobics instructor who wound up posing with Trixie for a test shoot for a calendar, which is everyone in Voluptua's dream, is to be in a calendar. And we also met a gentleman named Iceman, who, with Honey Snow Bunny, also posed for this calendar, but apparently their setup of trying to be an ice cream sundae with Iceman as the ice cream and Honey as the hot fudge wasn't passionate enough. And the photographer Raoul, a gentleman with sort of long hair tied back in a ponytail, an open shirt, and a photographer's bag with him at all times, he found them wanting and took a photo of them. This first photo ripped Honey's soul from her body.
What?
The second photo, but Iceman stayed on his feet until that second photo, the candid shot. And in the distance of this, watched a gentleman who Trixie had interacted with earlier. Actually, all the group had then spoken with a second time. A man, he's sort of tall. He actually has glasses. So, Dan, there's weirdly some overlap here, but I think in a good way.
Cool.
A tall gentleman with glasses and a notebook in his pocket. When they asked him his name, all he said was the journalist. And as he watched the the fates of Iceman and Honey. Oh, who, by the way, got it on earlier in the session. Like, amazing scene. Totally, we'll just watch the clip of that scene later.
Timestamp.
Yeah, it's timestamp that one. As they died, this journalist put away his notebook and said, "That's going to be a fucking problem." After having previously advised Trixie and her friends that the main advice he could offer them is stay away from photographers. So with all that in mind, I'm going to read tonight's invocation.
Oh boy.
Do you know what these are, Dan?
I haven't
not told him.
You haven't. Perfect. All right. So, here's tonight's invocation. Turn-ons. The full moon. Mountains. And music. Turn-offs. Big talkers. Squash. Humidity. Miss January, 1984. Rawlings.
Yes.
You swam, pulled along by this beautiful woman. Time became a little bit fungible in your mind, but you basically find yourself emerging in a little sort of secluded lagoon pool in a tropical area. The light seems to be sort of just that magical pre-dawn hour where the world is beginning to have a warm light, but the sun has not yet risen. And as the two of you sort of raise your head over the water and breathe in deeply, your lungs are full of, you really do feel alive. Though you still feel the dread that permeates your existence, there is something about this place that really does get the blood pumping, and not only in a terrified way.
Right.
The woman, she rises out of the water sort of next to you, her hair kind of cascading, that sleek sort of way over her head, and she looks at you with a smile. And she says, "I'm so glad you're here."
Yeah, thank you for bringing me here.
Oh, I love a smart guy. I like your glasses. And Rawlings, as you inspect your glasses, it appears they have actually slightly changed on your face. You notice they're tinting the world. They're making things darker, in fact.
What is this? And I'll pull them off.
Oh. Go ahead and make a roll for that.
That is a below buns, so...
Blow buns. So basically, you're going straight for the root of her, but you're doing it in a sort of... We're gonna play up the graceful teasing way of this, that you sort of pull them off and instinctively. And as the camera sort of cuts across you pulling off these glasses, we cut back to her as she's biting her lower lip, and she sort of swims towards you, trying to kiss you. Are you going to resist her advances, or will you give in to this scene? She's going to try to, basically, she's trying to make an amorous advance on you.
Can I, since insight is one of my signature moves, can I try and determine if this is if this is just a heat of the moment thing, or if this is
Go ahead and make an insight roll.
I got squeeze navel.
All right, so you are trying to just be dominating. You're trying to be in the possessive way. Squeeze typically means that you're trying to be in total control of the situation. It's controlling as opposed to controlled. That's what stroke is. So squeeze is where you're trying to be really controlling, and you're really trying to sort out her intent, because navel is often about goals and her will. So this is a contest of wills, and I'm going to say she seems she seems to like that you're trying to control her, but she also isn't giving anything up. She's she has goals, and so there's kind of a little playful as you swim back half a thing. She pauses, and then she swims for you even more aggressively. This kind of naughty smile on her face.
I'm just gonna put a hand on her shoulder and kind of Now is not the time. I need to know. I mean, I think I know where I am, but I need what is happening.
Oh, you don't need to know that. And here in Voluptua, any time is definitely the time. Now, and this is like some disturbing stuff in many ways, but this is kind of how some of the beings here do it. Dan, I actually need you to roll a resist, like, mental, like, domination.
Yeah. It's a kiss thigh.
Kiss thigh. That is actually... You can resist this if you want. The kiss part of this is passionate, earnest, true. In other words, you are sticking to your truth, and though you recognize that it would be extremely pleasurable, you're able to, like, distinguish between this immediate pleasure and the greater creative energy, pleasing, surging power that you will get for learning where you are. So, Rawlings, I'm going to say that as she tries to dominate your mind once again, because you know, and now you're beginning to think she dominated your mind when she brought you here.
Yes.
You are in control, and you can actually swim out of the pool.
Yes. In that case, I'm swimming out, I look back and say, what is it they say? Delayed pleasure is the best. Perhaps later, but I have work to which I must attend.
Understood. She kind of looks up at you, and I think you're talking about the delayed pleasure. She just sort of like, well, don't be gone too long. You're something interesting. What's your name again?
The name's Rawlings.
Rawlings.
And yours?
Sequoia.
Sequoia. The pleasure is all mine. But
not yet.
Not
it's
yet.
not.
And I'll head off and try and find just try and see get my bearings.
Understood. So as you wander away, you also find that you are no longer wearing what you had been wearing. No, I take that back, actually. Your glasses changed, but for the most part, you are still in, just a weird, gray sort of, formless suit. However, as you walk, and you're walking along the beach, you actually see a bunch of clothing laid out on the beach. Linen shirts, kind of Bermuda shorts, flip-flops, tons of them in a pile. And in fact, here in the pre-dawn light, as you sort of step to the beach, you see out in the waves a bunch of naked people having some early morning fun in the water, just splashing around, having a great time.
Well, it's great that they are frolicking. I shall continue. So based on what I know already about Voluptua, where do I think I obviously I haven't been here, but where do I think I can go to what points of interest might catch my eye where I can go there and this is somewhere where there will be information here.
So basically what you read, oh boy. I will read you part of what you read about Voluptua. It actually is on our opening screen. I will not read it its entirety, but I might read perhaps a bit more of a thing here. Oh no, did it get deleted? Shoot. Well, that's a problem. Okay, I don't think I could do it. It's not in the document. The page is blank. That's insane. Sorry, everybody. Okay, well then I'll have to summarize. That's really upsetting. Did any other pages get deleted? This isn't what anyone cares about right now. This is just a me thing. Okay, getting back to the game. Sorry, that was not sexy. Let's keep it sexy. You remember that the dread text about Voluptua took the form of a letter. A steamy letter. A woman describing an adventure she had when this photographer approached her and asked if she was a model. And how hot and heavy things got with him and a couple of her beautiful friends who were also models when they were at the Passion Fruit bar at a resort called Voluptua. They were having they had a flaming volcano cocktail, and then they had voluptuous sunrises and various things headed to another. You know that they took some photos at some secret coves around the place. Your understanding, based on this story, is that you think the photographer in this story was the very Dark Lord of this domain. An entity called Dan Vernson Jr.
Very well. Well, I don't know if I want to be.
But I'll also say, in general, Voluptua is not a huge... It basically is an island.
Yeah.
And there is one huge resort on the island. There are some other areas, but it's for the most part there's one resort.
Well, then I shall head to the resort.
Understood. All right, so you make your way to the resort. Can't believe I don't have that text ready. I'm so mad. Did that just disappear? All right, whatever. In the meantime, Trixie, you've woken up.
Yeah?
After last night.
It was crazy.
Things with Kimberly were I mean, you did some good pictures. And
yeah, of course.
I mean, part of you wonders if it was all just for show.
Yeah.
In any case, you have morning cocktails to make.
Mm-hmm.
You are rising early as you often do. Kimberly, she is off leading the early morning aerobics classes for these various couples. It was last night this happened, so you don't know any details about scheduling yet. However, you haven't seen Iceman or Honey this morning, but you do see sort of emerging from one of the the staff bungalows. Another employee there, the guy who does all of the fire juggling and
I'm very familiar with firemen. We're intimately familiar.
Yes, you are. Just like you were,
Yeah.
Fireman and Iceman, you were familiar with both of them,
Yeah.
as you made very clear. So Fireman steps out. Zane, would you like to describe Fireman to us?
Yes, Fireman is responsible for all of the flames on the island. He makes things steamy hot. He brings the spark and the life to every party and makes sure that you can find the wildness deep inside of you. His God-given name is Todd, but he prefers to go by Fireman. That's Fireman.
All right.
Bro, give it a different version of Sensei Mark energy.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
So, as Fireman steps over to the bar,
Are there any other patrons at the bar?
we'll say right now there's not. It's still in setup situation, so yeah, you can see him. You can talk to him freely if you'd like.
Okay. Hi, Fireman. How are you?
Trixie Daisy, my favorite bartender here on the island.
I'm the only bartender here.
Yes, and yet my favorite still.
Wait, currently working.
That's fine.
How is your day going? I see you are sweating.
Well, yeah, it just started, so can't tell if it's going to be good or bad. What can I get you?
Something spicy. Anything to make me sweat.
Okay, well, I can also do, I know you're into it, so I can make you, a fire shot if you want.
Yes, a fire shot for breakfast sounds delicious.
Okay. So I'll make, I'll give him, some, the equivalent of whatever Rumpelmintz is here with, some, whatever the equivalent of 151 is on top and light it.
Understood. So go ahead and roll for me a bartending stunt as you light this on fire. So that means you can set one of your dice to a value of your choice.
Why do I have my Star Trek Adventure sheet open? Okay,
This I cannot tell you.
I will set blow, and I will roll.
She's always trying to be so teasing.
I forgot I could do that for signature moves.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you can. I am. That's on me. I need to.
Oh, okay. Bartending stunts then.
So you're doing a blow. So now roll your zone die.
Yeah. That would be a 4, which is the naval.
The naval.
Confident,
Ooh.
goal-oriented.
So you know, basically, he wants something like fiery, and sort of like like passionate. Kiss probably would have been the most perfect version of this.
I don't know how this date's gonna go though.
But you're just trying to be a little teasing, giving him just a taste of it, and then certainly naval gives him the confidence. So you put together a spicy, warm drink with a flame coming off the top that you slide over to him.
How do you like it?
Ah, this is perfect. I love the flame on top. Was that specifically for me?
Well, I mean, of course it was. You really like that stuff, so I just wanted to make it hot for you.
Oh, I would love to taste this. Please watch me as I drink your beverage.
Wait, you have to blow that out. Like, I know you're super in control of flames and whatever, but don't.
As she's talking, I just snap my fingers and the fire goes out.
Well, let's do
You
your
have to roll for that?
let's do your ignite the night. So this means you get to set one of them to exactly what you want.
All right. I would say it would be. I would set stroke.
You should set stroke is the right thing to set. It's interesting because if you roll stroke, since you're averse to it, you'll wind up like not wanting it because you want the flame so bad. But yes, since you set stroke, go ahead and roll the zone. I don't think there's really a
Stroke thigh.
That's the best one. So basically, you give him this drink and you're like, you have to blow it out, and instead he like snaps it. And for a few moments, he snaps it in such a way that some of that liquor like lands on his finger, and he swoops like a little bit of that 151 still aflame on his finger, and he throws the shot back and then licks out the fire.
I'm as impressed as if that happened in front of me.
So basically, as you like, the camera is like turning back and forth between you guys, like giving each other like sultry looks as he does this, and there's kind of just like soft focus. Boom 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 do do as you exchange looks. You don't have much time before work starts, but if you wanted to try to get a sex scene in here, you totally could.
No, I have a lot of side work to do, and gotta roll some setups and.
Understood. So.
Oh wait, he's telling. Hold on. Wait. I want to see how this goes.
I will see you later when the spice is right.
Okay.
So, as the two of you stare at one another lovingly as you sort of break apart, Trixie, you see that some customers begin walking in. Several of the models you met yesterday, a few other familiar faces, but one man in some heart-shaped sunglasses kind of comes in who you don't recall from the day before. He's also wearing, rather than like beach wear, he's just wearing like a jumpsuit.
Oh,
it's like wet and rimpled and kind of weird. Yeah, Trixie?
Do I have a bar back or anything with me?
You said you were the only person working this morning, so you do not.
No, I said the only bartender.
Well,
barbacks are not bartenders. Okay, well then I don't have anyone to ask which accent I should use today, so I will resume previous one.
Understood. So, Rawlings, you find yourself in a sort of like, this does not appear to be the passion fruit bar. This just seems to be like a hotel bar right by the entrance. There's a young woman, brunette, sort of behind the counter. She's just like kind of like looking after a fellow who's walking away, and you smell kind of like heat, literal heat in the air. A few other customers are coming in, beginning to like pour themselves some juice. There's also breakfast. Notably, there's this large sort of space in the middle of the breakfast buffet where some kind of statue would go. But there's no statue. There's no decor at breakfast.
Fascinating.
Does anybody get that? Follow what I'm saying? Okay, cool.
Because
No.
Carry on. You not you, them. Yeah.
No. I shall go up to the bar and sit down. Excuse me.
yes, how can I help you?
I was wondering. What's your name? Pardon me.
You can call me Trixie. Oh, sounds like we have something in common. What can I get for you, love?
Do you have any juice?
I've got all sorts of juices. I can even make them fresh. What would you like?
Just, orange juice if possible. No pulp, please.
All right, love.
Thank you. Where? Sorry, I seem to have gotten a little turned around. Where on the island are we right now?
You are at the hotel that I work at that I forgot the name of.
It's Voluptua, the Voluptua Resort.
Oh, okay. You are at
Ooh, let's call it the Grand Voluptua.
the Grand Voluptua, and you've made yourself your way to the bar. You came on that ship. There's a lot of VIPs.
I don't. To be honest, I don't think I did. Must have been a wild night. Yes. I going to. I would just like a little orange juice right now, or just something to calm myself down, and then perhaps I shall.
Oh, well, would you like something stronger? I can make you a screwdriver. Something people this side of the pond love in the mornings. Let me whip you one up.
In the mornings. Okay. Yes, I shall try a screwdriver, whatever that drink is.
So I will make him a screwdriver.
All right, now are you just giving him one, or are you turning this into a thing?
I'll turn it into a thing, and I
Roll
will
a
go
bartending
ahead.
stunts.
Yeah, and I will go ahead and set it to Kiss then,
Ooh, okay, cool.
because that's what you said would be better.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a
Well, Kiss would have been better for Fireman, who's all about passion.
well. Okay, fine. Well, I'm
You can
I'm
set it
being
to.
I'll set it. I'll keep it at Kiss, and it's thigh. I got
Pleasing, pleasurable,
Thigh.
creative, energetic. That's what he's looking for. So basically, Rawlings, at this point, she says she'll make you a screwdriver, and she even explained how she squeezes the juice fresh. And so you kind of stop for a moment, and then you hear this thunk, and you glance over as Trixie has just sliced an orange in half. And then as she picks the orange up, and we start panning over her body as she's like leaning on the juicer, as she's like fresh squeezing the juice of this orange for you.
straining the pulp out.
Oh, she's gonna strain it for you later, but for now it's just all about this, like, she's just putting so much passion into the doing this as the orange juice is just going out, and you sense this just pleasing, and you can feel the surging energy of this as she juices the entire orange and then strains it. And you see every bit of that horrible pulp being left behind as we sort of like keep cross panning on along her body as the sweat is beating on her décolleté and cutting back to you, kind of like peering down over your glasses. She then pours it into a glass and then pours that with some vodka. A couple of stirs, and she slides it to you, and the glass, I guess, was a chilled glass because it's just icy, like it's out of a commercial, and just like as like these beads of sweat kind of go, and as she slides it to you and you reach your hand, your fingers touch, and there's this electric moment.
And I'll lean forward and say, "Hope you like it, love."
Thank you. I'll try a sip. Ooh. Yes, quite refreshing indeed.
I know what I'm talking about. And then I'll like proceed
As
to
she
do
begins
like
to
busy
help
work.
other customers out. Rawlings,
Yeah.
you sip your screwdriver. You try to get your bearings.
I would also like to be listening for if any other patrons of the bar also making any comments that I might be able to interpret for my own benefit.
Perfect. Okay, cool. As you just keep your ears open, so far it's just a lot of people talking about, which ties into stuff. You get the sense that there are several models here. Models who come here specifically for a couple's calendar shoot. Paired off. You hear the name Raoul mentioned a couple of times. A photographer named Raoul is apparently present in Voluptua at this moment.
So I know the names of the Dreadlords, right?
You know the names of the Dreadlords. The Dreadlord here is Dan Vernson Jr.
Okay.
So Raoul is a name, but go ahead and roll a Dread Mythos for me. And you can put one of these to something that you want. Oh, Dan, I didn't tell you something, by the way. Holy smokes. In all the excitement, how the hell does someone roll a 13?
Oh, I was
the
actually
system?
I was about to ask that, yeah.
Well, it's very simple. If we start assigning numbers starting with action so that, bite buns is 1, bite ears is 2, bite lips is 3, the 13th option, my friend, is kiss buns. So if
Kiss
you roll a
buns.
kiss buns,
Right, okay.
we advance the dread clock, which currently sits at 3.
Then I shall set. So since I'm rolling Dread Mythos,
Mhm.
I shall set my action die to a kiss.
A kiss. Roll it.
Kiss buns, baby, let's go.
Damn it, Dan!
Roll a d13.
Oh, where'd that bad boy go? 3.
3. Great. All right. Well,
It's okay. Running is one of my special skills.
you're like, cool. I'm gonna trigger this and then run down the beach. Baywatch.
Baywatch.
Baywatch. Lifeguard. Hasselhoff. I don't know if anyone has seen the most recent episode of that show. I clearly won't talk about the specifics from it, but he reached a new height in his delivery of the city. He said, like, New York City. He said,
excellent.
It was out of control. Excellent 13. So there we go. Kiss buns. Rawlings. You try to kind of go to sort of what you know, but your mind is only going to, like, you just can't quite. You're so kind of like present here in sort of like an earnest way that you all you're going to are like the baselines, like the main tenets. You're not going to any interesting details. So you don't know about the name Raoul. You don't recall it. It's not
Okay.
good. So as you do this, as you think, you do feel someone sort of approaching you. And as you look up, you see this tall gentleman. I think we said think like Ben Barnes.
Okay.
He's wearing these like round glasses, and he has this notepad in the pocket of his linen shirt. He also has Bermuda shorts on, and he's kind of like walking right up to you. And he's looking at your clothes. Hi.
Hello. Can I help you?
He just kind of takes the stool next to you and kind of like sees Trixie's busy, so doesn't even bother her. What's your name?
My name is Rawlings. What's your name?
You're Rawlings.
So you're not from around here either.
No. You should change, man.
I have no. What I 1, thank you for the advice. 2, I have no other clothes. 3, what is your name? 4, which side are you with?
He kind of like leans back in this like, you're just asking? There's this look on his face of like, oh, okay. He looks at you, kind of gives you this kind of like little glance, and says, I'm a journalist, so we tend to be pretty objective. Have you picked a side?
No, I have had dealings with both sides, but I can still mostly consider myself a seeker of knowledge.
Okay. Come on. We're getting out of here right now. Come on.
All right. I'll just take another swig of the drink and set it down.
He begins leading you out of the room. Fireman, what are you up to?
Fireman is preparing the kindling for this evening's bonfire, selecting each piece just so carefully.
Understood. Fireman, you know, we kind of had a sequence like this for Iceman, but let's say that as you're collecting driftwood, you know, making sure it's like the right dried, as you just are carefully going over this, sort of like some kind of jazzy tune is playing, and various people are walking past your sort of workshop area, like seeing you, you know, like with like your shirt off, kind of like looking at wood, because as everyone says, there's nothing better than a man who clearly knows how to handle wood. And I don't even mean that in like a phallic reference. I literally mean like girls like carpenters.
We've all been on TikTok. We've all seen that Bradley Thor guy.
I actually haven't. What is that?
Oh, he's a very sexy man who chops firewood.
I'll send you a video.
I mean, you can if you want to. I probably won't care about. Okay, gotcha. So anyway, but yeah, apparently you're just doing some real Bradley Thor business here, sir. So as you're doing this, let's see which of your new little tasks. I'm gonna actually ask you to do a smolder here. But this is not smoldering to intimidate. This is just smoldering to like exist as such like a cool, intense dude picking out the perfect bits of fire, you know, the perfect bits of kindling for the bonfire. So go ahead and make a smolder roll.
So I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna lock in bite.
Ooh, he's not screwing around.
Bite navel.
Bite navel. So again, strong-willed, goal-oriented, just with such confidence. You were just grabbing these pieces of wood, tossing some aside, grabbing the ones you want, and you're making this pile, you know, in some kind of like cart that you can like wheel down across the sand, and people as they pass. So we have kind of lots of just like shots of your just body kind of like picking up wood, looking at it, judging it, and you can tell that especially the women over there and the gentlemen who are so inclined, who pass by, everyone who is particularly interested in getting the good favor of someone who's very judgmental, like anyone who's desperate for approval, seeing how immediately like this is worth nothing, toss it to the side, this has potential. You notice these various like bikini clad, you know, individuals walking around are just like, oh my god, like I hope he judges me to go on the fire and doesn't just cast me aside. In any case, this sequence plays out for a few moments, but at the end of it you have a pretty good pile of firewood.
And he says to the nearest bikini-clad women, I would love to teach you how to handle wood sometime.
I want you to roll... Just roll a... This is not one of your signature moves, so just roll a roll that is basically just kind of like trying to like bring them over, you know, kind of like to like... Are you trying to pick women up right now, is my question?
Always.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, just roll a pick up ladies roll.
It's a kiss thigh, and kiss is a turn on.
Kiss is a turn on. So you are so earnest. So you basically here's what it is, Fireman. After this thing, you notice you said thigh? Oof. Tell you what. Roll a d6. This is not just roll a d6.
4.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's going on. It was 1, 2 was 1, 3, 4 was 2, 5, 6 was 3. So 2 ladies are standing there. And you sort of are so earnest in this. And I have to say that Fireman, as you glance at these 2 women, it almost is like what they were turned on is actually happening as you look them up and down the way that you were looking at the wood. And you can tell that these 2 ladies, they'll burn great. So as you sort of bring them over to you, see, Zane really does go for these. We actually now do, like, there's another sex scene between Fireman.
Zane has no sense of preservation.
Yeah.
In these days.
Women who are judged pile-worthy. He then hooks up with both of them. All right, so suddenly the camera gets even more like soft focus, and sort of we have like a wide angle shot as we fade, and suddenly they're in like a different location, and he's like kissing both of them on both sides, and like boobs are coming out. Once again, a lingering shot of Fireman's butt as they remove his
we don't
shorts.
use boobs, we use breasts.
That is true. That is really true. Here, guys, the photographers never say boobs. Sorry, I'm describing it in a Skinamax way, but we need to keep it classy like Playboy. So, yes, as their breasts are out, and you even, in this one, you even see some bush. Not a lot, but a Skinamax amount. And then there's just multiple scenes of like, of just like, you're doing them in weird positions, and the hips are always kind of further apart, but the camera's trying to frame it so they're not. You get the idea. But the point is, Fireman has a super steamy sex scene. Mark your timestamps right now, everybody. You're gonna want this on your compilation. Jesus Christ. As you hook up with these 2 guests of the hotel, I'm gonna say make one more roll for me. This would not be any of yours. Oh no, make a smoke it out. Let's do a smoke it out.
All right.
So you can set one if you'd like.
Is there a context? Is there something I'm trying to roll for? Is it just the... Or...
I'm kind of going to do a situation here where this actually, there's no negative or positive. I'm going to determine who these people are who are watching you.
Okay. I would say I'll do squeeze. I'll set.
Okay, squeeze. So you're being very controlling. And well, that makes sense because you were very controlling in who you selected. Okay, so
yeah. And then,
I will say navel, thigh.
With thigh. I hit thigh.
You hit thigh? Okay, so navel and thigh. Okay, so this means you are actually hooking up with a couple. These ladies, wait, were they both part of the same pool? Evens they're from 2 different couples. Odds they're a couple together. It's even. So these are 2 models who've come here for the couples contest. Now, neither of them are coupled with you. They're not coupled with each other, but everyone's having this fun time on the beach.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Way to go. And with that, as you sort of have that time and you're like ready to like ignite your wood and everything, we'll cut away. Way to go, Fireman.
Score.
I will mention, though I understand why you guys really don't like to use your stamina. Though this seems somewhat counterintuitive, if you use stamina in a thing, it is restored afterwards in what's called a refractory period. We don't need to get into that. The point is, Rawlings, we are going to cut back to you.
Okay. Yes.
As you guys are walking through this hotel, this man who's just kind of like leading you, he sort of pauses. he grabs like a linen shirt and a set of like shorts, and like he thinks about grabbing like a Bermuda hat, but he doesn't. He grabs some like flip flops for you and just kind of like tosses those at you from the hotel gift shop, without paying for them or anything, and just then leads you out and kind of tells you to change behind a couple palm trees.
I think quickly I shall.
He's just looking around. He turns to you and says, "How'd you get here?"
I arrived maybe 15 minutes ago. Through where I was, there was a pool opened up, and a lady named Sequoia pulled me through.
Am I hearing any of this?
No, they're outside the hotel.
Oh.
He led him away. He's getting him out of there. He looks at this. Sequoia. All right. Was there a dreadstorm?
Yes.
You walked through the mist?
Yes, I was led, so it wasn't. What I will say is, I believe, it seems to me that I was not doing so entirely of my own volition.
How many domains you been to?
I believe this is my fourth.
Come with me, come on. He starts leading you into the jungle.
Okay, all right. I shall follow. You're not going to suddenly turn on me and kill me, are you?
He turns to you and says, "No. But you might die. Come on."
Such is the story in every domain.
He almost chuckles at that. Trixie.
Yeah.
So he leads you off into the jungle. In the meantime, Trixie.
Yes.
A gentleman named Stone. He's like one of the managers of the hotel. So just a really kind of just like sleazy looking guy, but in a hot way. I don't know. He just comes over and says, he says, "Trixie, I was just wondering, have you seen Iceman anywhere?"
Wait, do I know what happened to him?
No, you guys left.
Okay. What was the beach that we were on?
You're at Starlit Cove.
I don't know, but I know that he went off with that front desk girl at Starlight Cove, and I haven't seen him since. So
Honey's not here either.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm sure he's fine. They seem to be having fun together, so I had fun too.
Well, she's late, and now we don't even have an ice sculpture for breakfast.
I know, it looks a little empty, but it's fine. You could see if Fireman could do like some sort of like fountain, but with fire. That might look really cool.
That's not a bad idea, I guess. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll try to find him, but I don't...
Oh, by the way, I wanted to let you know my accent for the last couple days has been kind of like this. So if anyone asks for a bartender with this kind of accent, that's me.
Trixie, God, you really live up to your name.
Thank you.
As in all the tricks you play.
It's almost as if it was on purpose.
He looks at you and then goes, "You're kind of a trick yourself, aren't you?"
We're not going through this again. Stone. Have a good day! She'll like flounce off.
Alright, so as he heads off to find Fireman, Rawlings.
Yes.
We are going to cut back to you here. You follow this gentleman calling himself a journalist through the jungle. He doesn't really speak much to you. But eventually you begin to hear the sound of water, and you come upon a picturesque waterfall. Kind of like a little bit inland. There's a pool of water, not totally different than the one you sort of awoke in today. But you do notice that out of this waterfall, as the water hits, this mist is created, and the mist is thick and purple.
Is it what? Where does this lead?
Well, if you're like me, it leads anywhere you want. Go in.
I'm not like you.
Well, you've been to 4 different domains. Curious. Go.
Can I make a dread mythos roll to
Sure.
kind of think, like, ponder what might happen to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna set my action die to kiss.
Okay.
Kiss nipple.
Ooh. So, you try to sort of think about this. You're trying to just be really you're trying to find the truest answer. You're trying to be the most direct and earnest in your search. And you're looking for sort of things that are sort of sensitive. Now, sensitive, loving, nourishing is not usually a good thing here in the Dreadlands. I will simply say that you don't know what the deal with the mist is, but you know it seems to, it's like you're looking for nipple and you're not finding it.
Yeah.
Let's all laugh at that phrasing for a second. No matter what you can, you have not found the nipple. You're not finding anything that's nourishing or compassionate. So you have a suspicion that the mist, based on your descriptions of it, and with Sister Mercy, how stuff with her was strange, you think the mist is dangerous for sure. And you know that it serves as some kind of boundary.
Look, the only time I've been able to pass through anything has been during a dreadstorm, and I don't.
You shouldn't. Unless somebody's been killed, you shouldn't even be able to do that. Unless something's different. I'll pull you out if you collapse. Go in. I still have questions for you. I don't want you to die. If I'd asked you a bunch of questions, then told you to go in, you should be worried, but I still want to know where you've been.
Alright, that's fair. I will tentatively start walking towards the mist.
Understood.
I'm ready to run. I'm ready to invoke running.
Understood. So you are walking to the mist. And he's kind of walking shortly behind you, just so he still sees you, so he could get to you sort of quickly.
Okay.
I want you to make an insight roll on that.
Okay, I will set the action die to kiss. Kiss nipple again.
You get the suspicion that this sort of that whatever compassion he feels, you definitely don't think he'll let you die, but he wants to be close, not so much to protect you, but so if you make it through to another domain,
You're with me.
He's going there with you to, he doesn't want to lose you. He doesn't want to lose you at a left turn at Tobaccotos or something. So, Rawlings, so you begin to enter the mist. He's kind of, as soon as you sort of step into it, it is thick, and there is this, it is sort of sickly sweet. There's something almost metallic to it as you walk through this mist. And it is, though it feels sort of light, and at first it feels wet, the wetness kind of goes off, but as you step into it, you feel completely enervated. Could you please just roll a endurance roll? So it's not you have no stats on this.
That is a blow navel.
All right. So you are trying to, your goal is to stay on your feet. Your goal is not to collapse, but because you are going with the most gentle and subtle way, you're not able to keep your feet, and you do in fact collapse. I need you to lose 1 stamina.
Oh boy. Okay.
I need you to now roll another endurance.
Wow. That's a kiss buns, baby.
Duh.
Look.
Oh,
you can't-
shoot!
Oh no, what?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. It's a kid. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 1.
I have to go back to Paradise for this. There's some rule about... Did I put one... Hold on, I have to look at my stupid thing. Hold on.
Deep cut right here.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you can't stop a guy from doing what he loves. Are we talking about kiss buns? Are we talking about rolling 13s?
I said... Here's what I said. Because this is the level of planning that I do. Basically... And if someone rolls a 13 while they're in mist, something else should happen.
What have you done?
What is the thing that could happen? I'll tell you what. Roll a d13.
Another one?
Yes.
3 again.
Re-roll. That's the only one you couldn't have. Re-roll.
Oh wow.
11.
I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Was not expecting this, friends. All right. Rawlings.
Yes.
You collapse, so lose another stamina.
Down to 4.
Yeah, you're down to 4. Again, you try to be sort of like passionate and true, but like as it's like your passion is kind of like, oh no, you know what? Don't lose one. Buns is durable. Let's let you stay there. That's
Thank
fine.
you so much.
Oh snap. Okay, so as you are somebody just figured it out in chat. I just clicked over there. As you are like trying to like get to your feet, you feel a pair of like sturdy hands gripping your shoulders and like hauling you up.
Yeah.
But these hands feel like rough and big and coarse in a way that you didn't quite like get from the guy who was walking with you. And then in your limited, like, whatever perception you have, it's so exhausting to be in this mist. Like, it really does suck it out of you. Voluptua. And as you're trying to, like, get your feet, you're being pulled out of the mist back where you were. But now you hear on the stone, like, footsteps, like, or on the rocks of, like, this cove or whatever, like, footsteps stepping back. And as you're kind of like trying to peer through this purple mist, you see that journalist guy like backing away, like out of the mist, like looking like really scared, and hauling you out. You hear this voice from behind going, "Well, well, well. What do I have here? Hey, reporter. Is a subject of yours? You should take better care of him." And this guy throws you down to the ground, Rawlings. But you're out of the mist. You look back up and you see a man. He is... Now, interestingly, make a look roll. Let's see if you can see this. You want kiss or stroke or suck on this?
I got suck thigh, and suck is a turn on for me.
So basically,
Suck the
Rawlings...
stranger.
Oh, this is perfect, because suck is the greedy, the consuming thing. So Rawlings, you look back, and as you sort of suck, and you're seeing the energy, the surging of this, Rawlings, you look back at this man, and you see that his clothing is changing on his body as he walked through the mist. Almost as if these mistwalkers shift to have the right look for wherever they go.
Oh,
Fascinating.
As he walks out, he just kind of comes out and what's the tropical version? Oh shit, no, oh fuck, it's cool though. So, whatever he was wearing, you can't quite tell what he was in, but his clothing is now this like amphibious, he's wearing like really serious boots, and his clothing all seems like sort of loose. He's completely sleeveless, he's jacked, he has huge tattoo on one of his biceps that's just a long artillery shell. And on the other side, it seems to be some kind of like military sort of thing. And he does have on his back what you think might have been like a rifle is turning into a harpoon gun. And as he's just stepping out of this, and he's got like a really serious like mustache.
Hell yeah.
And this guy's just walking out and going, "Gang's all here." Oh, also, fingerless fucking gloves.
Of course,
and pouches all over the place. Oh shit, I was not expecting this guy to show up. So yes, and by the way, so what happens is Mistwalkers get summoned when you roll a 13 if you're in the mist. Cool. So, he sort of steps out.
What happened?
Yeah. Reporter, what happened? We're damn curious. The journalist kind of just swallows. This gentleman is, he doesn't seem to be anybody I need to be worried about. Coughing and collapsing in there like that. No, he's not. He's been to more than one, Dreadland though. He's been to more than one place. I just wanted to, what's his name? Someone I would have heard of?
My name is Rawlings.
Rawlings.
Who? And pardon me. What is your name?
You can call me the Soldier of Fortune.
Ooh. That's Why today?
Well, this is quite a lucky day for me.
How's that?
There's people looking for you.
Who's looking? Who?
Doesn't really matter. You've aroused some suspicion hopping around the way you've been.
Every time I just want to state for the record, every time has been against my own volition.
And the journalist just kind of like swallows and says, You're running down bounties now? I thought that was the bounty hunters' whole thing. He says, I go where I'm paid. Haven't been paid yet.
I have a question. I'm sorry to interrupt. What do you Mistwalkers get paid in? What would be a currency of value to you?
You know about Mistwalkers? Yeah, you have been getting around. Oh boy.
I merely am in search of knowledge.
And you came to Voluptua?
Again,
You're in search of something else. He like slaps you in the side and like half, you could barely stay upright or even sitting upright. Knowledge, huh?
Yes, that's all I've ever sought.
I get why you two were getting along so well. Your boss is willing to pay me yet? He asks the journalist, who just says, it's not my place to say. Relax. No one's paid me to shoot you, friend. So don't give me a reason. Well, what's the talent like here? He sort of sits down next to you, Rawlings.
The talent? I'm not,
The hotties.
The women.
Or men.
Quite spectacular, I must say. I'm not used to seeing women clad so where I'm from.
I reckon you're not. Merkshire's a rather dour sort of place.
Yes, for all the downsides that I can already see this Voluptua possessing, it is quite vibrant.
Vibrant! Hey, that's a word to put in one of your little articles. Well, as long as you're here, want to make yourself useful?
How so?
Well, there's a Dark Lord in this area.
Yes.
Dark Lord. This one's bosses. He kind of points to the journalist who's once again just like, this one's bosses aren't too keen on, which means this is a dangerous place for him to be. So he's here for a reason. Rawlings, you actually understand that if what this Soldier of Fortune is telling you is true, that means that Don Vernson Jr. is one of the Mistbreakers. He's trying to bust things open, which means that this journalist works for the Alliance of the Pearl.
Okay,
which means he is allied with the Drifter.
Yes. So you say this one's bosses, but you also say you have not been paid yet. So
I'm what we call unaffiliated. I'll work for someone every now and again, but I haven't sort of taken a final pledge. There's a lot of other people, you know. Sometimes I come into Voluptua and the resort hires me to kill. Well, there's some fun things in these jungles. Requires a soldier's touch.
I can imagine. But I am still sorry to make this conversation circular, but I am still curious. What do you get paid at? I assume you can more or less do whatever you want with the material conditions in a given domain. So, what is of value to you?
You're probably too smart for your own good.
Yes, at some point it shall probably come back.
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a piece of... It's a coin, but it's not evenly shaped. It's like some kind of roughly sort of hewn coin. Almost as if it is literally the material that is valuable and not sort of it's not a fiat currency.
Yeah.
And he holds it up to you. It seems to be sort of a crystal of some kind.
Have I ever seen anything like this before?
You have not, but Dan and Lauren and Pierce and KJ and Portals might have.
Wait.
But we don't have to go in that. All you can tell is it is a crystal that seems to be sort of purple and or green at different places.
Oh boy.
But that's irrelevant. What it seems to be is he has a crystal, like a little crystal chunk, like a little crystal disc.
Yes. Fascinating. And is that the only form of payment you accept? I'm wondering in case I ever wish to bargain for your services.
No, I take lots of payment, and this is the good stuff. But I'll also take payment in a good time, sweet at the Grand Voluptua, that kind of thing.
Of course. Well, it's fascinating. I didn't realize I had assumed all of you had picked a side. I didn't realize that some of you were unaligned.
Most of us haven't, by a slim margin. The journalist kind of just mumbles. 4, 4, and 5. Well, what are you doing here? He looks up at the journalist. Research. So you're not staging any action? No. In fact, I think I might be on my way out. I might have found more than I bargained for. He starts walking towards the mist, and the soldier of fortune is up on his feet, blocking him immediately. No, buddy. Stay a while. Both of you. Smart fellas like you. You can teach me a thing or two. We can get our dicks wet. Come on. He starts like hauling you up, Rawlings. Come on, fellas.
Very well. Seems I am along for the ride, as they say.
Perfect. As he sort of ushers both of you back, that's not a character I was ready to put in this place, but ooh boy, some changes in the wind, my friends.
Also, I just want to say that kiss buns, I didn't set one of my dice to kiss. That was a true 13.
I get it. I will say that does mean, and yes, and Dan's the main person who would do this, but this does mean in this system you can pay in effectively HP to guarantee a kiss buns.
Dan?
I won't do that. I like being alive.
Yeah. But you can literally say, I spend 2 stamina and one's kiss and one's buns. Well, Dan, the cool thing is, one of the only ways to resist having your soul sucked out is to roll a kiss buns. We don't have to get into that.
That would be understandable, though.
In the meantime...
Philip, if you let me know when that is, I will be ready and willing.
I understand that, but no, I'd rather you roll it. Meanwhile, Fireman, after kind of you've... After those ladies have gone, and you've been getting ready for the bonfire, Stone walks up to you and goes, "Hi, fire guy."
Ah, Stone. It's a pleasure to see you this morning.
Good to see you too. And you guys do like a really like masculine handshake.
Oh, that's wonderful.
If Fireman ever hooks up with guys, he's probably hooked up with Stone.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so there's this like charged thing of like, and Stone's like, well, Trixie had an idea.
Oh, Trixie. Tell me.
The things I could tell you about her, actually, the things we could tell each other.
Absolutely, Stone. Spicy, huh?
God! I love my life. Listen, Fireman. Iceman's MIA, which means we need some more kind of entertainment or some showstopper in the middle of the dinner service. She was thinking maybe you could build some kind of fire fountain.
Oh, absolutely. I'm concerned. The Iceman, he was so handsome. He's one of the most handsome men I've ever seen.
You know what turnover's like at this place, and I tend to feel like the better looking people are, present company excluded, the more likely they are to go missing, you know what I mean? We're good looking guys, though.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
It would be my honor to make a breakfast full of heat.
No, buddy. We need a dinner full of fire. We want the dinner service to just be... We just need something, because breakfast was so bland without an ice sculpture of 2 whales fucking or whatever.
Dinner? This is such an honor.
Please. If you think you can put something together, I know you've been busy with your bonfire and... Oh, and then he picks up like a bikini top and other matters.
I will be ready.
Perfect. Well, let me know if you want to do some cocaine first.
must keep a clear head this evening, perhaps later.
That's the great thing about my job, where I don't have to work with fire. I never need a clear head. He just walks out. God, this is such a good Dreadland, you guys. It's so good here.
It's fantastic.
Oh, I love being here. I want to go on vacation here.
To paraphrase Nicole Kidman. Somehow Dreadstorms feel good in a place like this.
You know, it's true.
So Fireman, you're going to try to put together a flame display. Trixie, as dinner is it's like the pre-dinner rush, you see Fireman coming in. You notice that gentleman who was at the bar with a screwdriver, who you made the freshest screwdriver you've ever made for. He comes in with that tall guy who calls himself the journalist, who you guys call Blaze. So Rawlings comes in with Blaze and this incredibly ripped dude with a harpoon gun on his back.
So that guy said that he has come here often. So has he come to my bar? Do I know him?
Let's see if you've roll. Do you want to have met him before?
Kind of, yeah.
Then roll 2 dice and let's just see how it feels.
Which one? So a kiss, navel.
Kiss navel. I am going to say that given your earnest passion and your sort of confidence and goal-oriented, that you actually have been here long enough that you would have preceded him. So you remember this guy. You know he's a VIP. You know he usually gets comped a suite. But now he's walking in with these 2 dudes.
So I will greet them. I will make eye contact with him before I say anything and wink and say, "Hello, welcome to the Grand Voluptua."
Ooh, I remember you. Glad to see you're still alive and hadn't had your soul sucked out of your body.
Well, I have other things sucked, so my soul remains intact. What can I get for you?
What do you boys want? What are you in the mood for? He pats Rawlings on the back.
Whatever that was that I had before, I'll take one more, please.
A screwdriver. Yes,
yes,
absolutely. Made the same way, no pulp.
No pulp, thank you very much.
Screwdriver?
I requested something. I wanted something with juice, and she suggested that, and it seemed reasonable, and I tried it, and it was delightful.
Fair enough. I'll have a voluptuous sunrise. And the journalist who you actually made that for the journalist yesterday, if you recall, he'll say he'll have the same.
So I'll under my breath, I'll whisper to, is there something about the voluptuous sunrise that I should know? Is that just a good drink, or?
Are you asking the journalist this?
Yeah.
He'll just kind of awkwardly just turn to you and say, "Yeah, I mean, it's just she's pretty generous with the dark rum on top, so you know."
Okay. No, I'll stick with my choice then.
Cool. So as Trixie makes a couple of voluptuous sunrises, a screwdriver, you guys notice this gentleman walking in. This whole yeah. Go ahead, Trixie.
Wait, I would like to. Did I overhear him asking about the voluptuous sunrise?
I would have tried to do it discreetly, so...
He was trying to do it discreetly so the Soldier of Fortune didn't hear, so I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably would not have either.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it's really important to you, you could do a,
Yeah.
Why
do I have to roll?
Yeah, just roll. It's like a listen roll, so let's just roll and see what you hear, if anything.
Okay, a 5 and a 3. Stroke, lips.
Stroke is precise and controlled, and lips. I'll say that you know he asked him a question about the voluptuous sunrise.
So after I make the 2 voluptuous sunrises, can I get a straw and put it in and go to Rawlings and say, "Open up"? And I'll let him have a taste of one of the drinks.
All right, so
sanitization always.
So, Rawlings, a voluptuous sunrise it's pretty akin to like a really serious like Mai Tai with probably a slightly more like mango centric energy to it. It is very good if you think you would prefer it to. It's certainly a much more like it's sweeter somehow than a screwdriver, but it also is a much more like nuanced kind of thing.
I think it seems like
a dream.
It seems like a magnificent monument to drinks when I simply wish to reside in one room abode of a drink.
You could just say no.
Thank you for the offer for that, Sean.
Of course. And I'll resume.
Soldier of Fortune sort of like leans back on the bar. Just his eyes sort of sweeping over everyone in here. Fireman, you come in. And you're going to attempt to ignite?
Ah, yes.
All right. So, I'll tell you what. First, make a smoke it out to investigate, like, the best way to create some sort of, fire fountain.
I would say I'm gonna lock in ears.
Ooh, nice. Yes, perfect. I love that's great.
So it's bite ears.
All right. So you are basically just trying to go like you're I'm gonna say in that context a bite ears, which is direct and intense, like intuition, sensing, aggressive. It's like you're just kind of like you're not even. The best way to plan for this is to not plan. You're going to do it all by touch, so you've got various lighter fluids and fire and flame sources, and you just put it together, make and ignite the night roll.
It's
Fire!
It's going to be I'm going
you get to set one of those as well.
I'm going to set a bite, and then I'm going to roll a thigh.
You roll a thigh. All right,
Ooh.
So kind of like it doesn't have much showmanship to it. There's not kind of like a little like flame or like it's not like in a shape. But what there is this just surging sort of like inferno that suddenly goes up and everybody in the place like gasps, and even the Soldier of Fortune like half grabs for his weapon. The journalist kind of is very jittery and like Rawlings, you were probably a little frightened by it. Trixie, you sort of knew it was coming, but even you, in this kind of like, boom, as this like fire cloud begins, and now there's just this kind of like column of fire just over
I'll
one
look
side.
at Fireman and say, oh, and I thought I was building up a sweat before this.
I hope I have ignited this spark inside of you this evening, my dear.
Well, you can check that spark later.
Oh, absolutely. I would love
to. So with that, so basically there's a bunch of like super. I feel like there's a lot of shots of these things of two people looking at each other, and like the coverage they cut back and forth way too many times, but it's just shots of like him as like fire's like dancing next to his face and you just looking like, and he's like, and you're like. Go ahead and do let's do your new one that you're so excited about, Lauren. Would you do a beguiling breasts roll? She did. I didn't tell her to do that. She said.
I thought of it. It's a new signature move.
Okay.
And that is a blow navel.
Always so. Did you set one to something of your choice?
No, I didn't. But I like that.
No, blow navel's perfect.
Yeah.
Because again, you're always you blow a lot. Listen, she's a blower. It's a real just good job of all the okay. Anyway, so as you blow navel, you get him up in such a way that like everyone knows they're there, but they're not just out obviously, but like they're really teasing. Everyone's but it also is. It's just so strong-willed and confident. It's like that. It's like on Marvelous Miss Maisel where it's like tits up, you know. It's just like it's just this confidence and just everyone's like as much as their eyes are drawn to the fire.
I totally have that on a mug. Thinking of getting it as a tramp stamp, tits up.
Sure. I will phrase it like this. The main thing drawing people's attention is the Tower of Fire. The second thing drawing people's attention in this room is the way the firelight is dancing on your boobs.
You know.
Breasts, so sorry. Keep it classy.
Keep it classy like Playboy, God.
And
Classy like a Playboy.
as that's happening, I know people are noticing me and clapping for me, but I give all the credit to her and her breasts as the fire.
Understood. And the camera is spending a lot of time, like, so all these looks. There's also, and the thing is, in a sequence like this, it's a lot of like you and Fireman making eye contact, but there's also a shot of like, first there's a 3-shot of like sitting backwards along the bar of the Soldier of Fortune, Rawlings, and the journalist all staring at them, and then there's like a tighter shot as we pan across them as each one's just like.
Oh boy.
Media.
This is my favorite movie.
God, this is a good movie, and the best thing about this movie is all the sex scenes. So as we sort of pan along this, I gotta put that in. Hold on.
I can't wait to read the recaps of this. By the way, we have a Discord, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to read the recap of this nonsense.
The recaps of these are going to get our Discord taken down for too sexy. Not inappropriate content, just like too, yeah. So, as you guys, as this happens, as this extremely exciting night goes down, Raoul steps into the room.
You mean Raoul?
Raoul. Well, no, he just says Raoul. He's like, Raoul.
Oh, that's right.
How he says it. So Raoul steps in, and like everyone's like staring at this and having a great time. But suddenly you hear like a gasp or like a, oh. And all of the various models in here sort of look around. And Raoul's standing there. It was a hard day today, but I think we got the shots we needed. Please, everyone, enjoy your drinks. We're still working out the schedule for tomorrow, so enjoy the night now that it's on us. He walks to you, Trixie.
Mm-hmm.
You look radiant tonight.
Thank you.
This is amazing lighting.
Well, you know, gotta get tips somehow. So they make the lighting really good.
I mean the fire.
That too, which was also my idea. I'm very good at setting a mood.
We might have to use that when we shoot you and Kimberly. Perhaps tomorrow, maybe the day after. Can I have a lager, please?
Absolutely. And I'm speaking like quietly because he knows that.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Rawlings. This guy's walked in. He has a bag over his back, the way everyone's paying attention to him. No one has said his name, but he's talking about shoots and stuff. You suspect he's a photographer.
Yes,
But yeah, go ahead.
I was saying under my breath, I'll like kind of nudge the journalist and then kind of gesture like, is that? And then is that?
The journalist gives you a look. Go ahead and do an insight just to keep things interesting.
Inside, I'm setting it to kiss, baby.
Kiss, kiss.
Kiss thigh.
You're a little too like you're a little too just like earnest in like the look you're giving him, and kind of like as you're trying to get like that sort of like you know you're looking for I'll say the pleasing element of this is you just want to know if you're right more than whatever. And he gives you almost nothing, but we'll say still based on body language, it is, because the journalist has gone like still. And even the soldier of fortune, you can tell he's not as like the journalist is like, you know, just like looking down at his glass. The soldier of fortune has his voluptuous sunrise, and he's like leaning in a weird way where like he could probably like spring up and do something in a moment if he had to.
Yeah.
He probably like subtly undid the hook around like the knife on his boot. You know, he's just kind of like sticking with it. Yeah.
In that case, I'm like just like shifting my weight forward slightly in my chair, just in case I need to run.
Raoul glances at the three gentlemen here. Do you give him his lager, Trixie? He sort of thanks you and then turns and says, I don't think any of you are gentlemen who are coming here for the photo shoot. Soldier of Fortune says, yep. Not why I'm here. The journalist says,
me neither.
Where are you from? He turns to Rawlings.
I'm from someplace far away, and I'd like to invoke mystery.
Sure, make a mystery roll.
Okay. Okay. What?
Love that. Love that for you.
How is that spelled?
What?
Mystery.
M-Y-S-T-E-R-Y. He's not mystery.
Oh, okay.
He's trying. Basically, he
That's
wanted the
checking.
ability to be like mysterious and interesting as he takes his glasses off or whatever. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Oh man, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to set here.
I get it. It's an intro. This system kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
There's like a vibe to it. I like it.
I'm gonna set my action to a blow.
Excellent. Interesting. All right, roll the zone.
Blow naval.
You are teasing and graceful, but clearly confident. And I wonder if this is what you were hoping to do with this guy, but basically, if you want to seem mysterious, you just really seem mysterious, and now he was kind of like talking to you guys like, oh, who are you guys? Now he's like, who are you?
Oh shit, I did the wrong thing. Fuck.
He is deeply intrigued.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I only recently arrived on the island, so I'm.
Oh, well, that's true of most, but I haven't heard someone speaking the way you do before. Kind of gives Trixie a glance for a moment. So.
Oh shit, she's from. She and I have similar vocal affectations, do we not?
The journalist is just like, okay. The journalist, God, is the journalist gonna run? Is the journalist out of here? Hold on. Yeah, he rolled a bite, which is direct. The journalist stands up and says, excuse me, and just starts to walk away. And the soldier of fortune, you can feel is like gripping the bar, because like he doesn't want that to happen, but he doesn't have a good way out of it. So the journalist walks off into the night. And Raoul takes his seat at the bar right next to you.
What do you do around here? I assume you.
I'm a photographer. I've come here with some models for a calendar shoot. You know, it's calendar work is It's wonderful. It's the perfect calendars and covers, you know, is the best sort of meeting of art and still giving you a good payday. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. It's important to feel like your work is rewarding, but also be able to get by on it.
Exactly. Have you, you're an interesting looking gentleman. You're not sort of, the beefcake like these are, the glasses clearly, but you nevertheless have some quality too that's interesting. Ooh, so do you, he says to the Soldier of Fortune. A bit rougher around the edges, but... You are intriguing. Very intriguing. He sips his lager.
Thank you. You are quite an interesting man yourself.
How would you like to have your picture taken?
No, I don't know if I'm more of a, I get a little anxious when I'm kind of in front of people, so I prefer not to.
I understand. Mallory? Savannah? And kind of two of the girls at some table somewhere. Evens, yes, odds no. Evens. The two girls who were hanging out with Fireman earlier get up from a couple of tables and walk over to Rawlings, to the Raoul guy. And he just says, hello, my dears. Hi, how's it going? Hi, hello, oh my god, you know. And the Soldier of Fortune's like... Raoul says, well, I completely understand. In any case, here are two of my models, Mallory and Savannah. Perhaps if you spend some time with them this evening, you might be in a more subjective mood. You know what I mean. Let them talk to you about how much fun it is to have a photograph taken by an artist.
Interesting. Yes, I shall. I love learning, so I shall be interested to hear what they have to think on the matter.
You should do that. He looks at he notices the harpoon gun on the back of the Soldier of Fortune for the first time. Kind of, you see him like, ooh, that's a prop, all right, yeah. That's a really good prop. But in any case, he'll sort of just stand up and kind of begin talking to all his various models. At this point, Mallory and Savannah sit down with you guys.
I look at the soldier.
Do I approach to see what they would like to drink?
You may.
Have I seen them before?
Yeah, I mean, they've been here the past day or two, just with the group.
Oh, okay. So okay. Hi, ladies. What can I get for you?
The gentleman will order for us. Yeah, the gentleman will order for us.
2 screwdrivers for them?
Yes. Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Soldier of Fortune goes, wait. Whiskey, neat.
All right.
He kind of leans over to you, Rawlings, and goes, listen to me. We're not having our fucking pictures taken, but we can enjoy the buttering up process for a minute, if you understand. Kind of slaps you.
Can I just say that the whiskey would be kept immediately under the bar, so I would not have to move far away?
Yeah.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, you could have heard that. The Soldier of Fortune's not being too quiet. Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we go? Should we go find our friend before we have more drinks?
That guy's not a friend of ours. He got away from me. I'm sure he's halfway to.
Well, I'll use
Great
friend.
Marshes by now.
Friend in the loosest sense of the meaning.
No, he's hustling through the mist. If I ran at a full sprint, maybe I could still catch him, but He kind of eyes Evans, Mallory, odd Savannah. He eyes Mallory up and down. Not exactly in the mood for that at the moment.
Very well then. Then I'll take off my glasses.
Roll it.
I'm gonna set the action die to a kiss.
Every time. Are you only doing it to chase them? Because you really should think about what a kiss before you roll. Let's back that off. Just what is it you want from this roll? Like, what is it you want this to do?
I want to just kind of lure in the women.
Passion, earnest, true is not the way to lure.
Okay.
To lure people, you either want suck, blow, or squeeze.
I mean, to be honest, in this situation, I kind of want to do that, but I would almost rather just roll the 13.
I understand, but try to do what Rawlings would do.
Don't
You're getting plenty of 13s.
Stop that.
All right. So I'll set I will set the action die to. Yeah, I'll set it to a blow.
Okay.
And then I rolled in ears.
Blow ears. Okay, so sensing, dreaming, intuitive blow. So basically, you take your glass. So go ahead and do it.
Hey.
As he takes his glasses off, it's what he does. And Trixie, you are not immune to this either. Savannah is certainly like, ooh, like Savannah's like, dear diary, you'll never believe what happened tonight. I thought I was being introduced to some accountant. Little did I know that when I took his glasses off, I was getting more than I'd ever bargained for. Trixie, you are not immune to the charm as he pulls his glasses off. Rawlings, at least in Voluptua, and maybe everywhere all along, is secretly a stone cold fox.
And then I'll just start just conversing with the ladies. At the bar, behind the bar, whoever.
Oh my god, your accent's so funny.
Did you want Did you want another screwdriver? I can get that for you. I can make you another drink, whatever you want.
What's your favorite drink?
Well, if I'm honest, a gin and tonic. But if you want something fruity, I do actually love the voluptuous sunrise.
Would you like to share one with me?
Absolutely. I'll go. Can I use my bartender?
Yeah, do a stunt.
All right.
God, Fireman, meanwhile, is over there just has created this flame, and now it's just everyone's hitting on everyone over at the thing. Now, Fireman, because jealousy does, obviously in Voluptua, you can always hook up with someone, but sometimes you're chatting with someone, and then suddenly they're chatting with someone else, so some characters might get jealous there. So Fireman now sees...
Oh...
What do you think, Fireman? How do you feel about this? Because you are seeing all of this. You're not hearing every word, but you're watching kind of the back and forth. And you definitely saw the guy take his glasses off.
The handsome man, but the volcano inside of me is bubbling up to the surface.
So I'm going to set my action die to squeeze, and I will roll my zone die.
Ooh, all right.
To navel.
Ooh, so basically, it is like a greedy sort of will and confidence. It is you're just showing him I always get what I want, no matter how wild it gets. So basically, Trixie, you make this voluptuous sunrise and you're doing great, but often you can be really controlled with these flips. But this time, whether it's on accident or just the mood is taking you, and the way when his glasses came off, he now looked like someone you would have sex with instead of a nerd you'd want to watch the Soldier of Fortune give a swirly to. Now you're like, oh yeah, let's do it. So now, when you're making your voluptuous sunrise, rather than perfect controlled stuff, you're just splashing stuff in, and splashes of liquid are going around, and you're tasting a piece, and you spit it, and like a line of liquid spins around, splashes on the table, and Savannah laughs as some gets on her shirt oh my god, and she takes her shirt off and she's just there in her bikini top, and Mallory's sitting on the Soldier of Fortune's lap now, and she's eating the cherry from his from his earlier voluptuous sunrise, and you just make this drink for you and Rawlings to share. Meanwhile, Fireman, a volcano,
Wait.
inside of you. Yes, Trixie?
Can my final move be setting it in front of Rawlings and putting one straw in and saying, "Oops, I forgot my straw. Can we share?" I don't know where this comes from.
Absolutely.
All right, so Trixie does that. I'm gonna say that Savannah may beat you to the punch here, because Savannah seeing that, like kind of like under her breath is just like, oh shit, that's fucking serious. I can't deal with that. So she's like moving away. Actually, wait. The Soldier of Fortune may try to pull a Fireman. Yeah, he's kind of like, she starts walking away. He's like, Emma, and now she's sitting on his other leg. Okay, Fireman. Meanwhile, though, you see she only has one straw. So what are you two doing? What are they doing?
Is Fireman still entertaining the room?
You had been, but like you created like a fire that's kind of on its own. Like you don't have to actively be tending it every second. You can sort of step away if need be.
I always have tiki torches around, and so I wanted to take a tiki torch with me and just go over to the bar and do something that is kind of dangerous but cool and slightly intimidating, to go like, notice me, what I'm doing right now, and kind of create like something in between that pulls the energy toward my direction.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. Because the thing about Voluptua is that you, like, it really does feel like your virginity can grow back here. And, like, even though you literally a threesome fell into your lap this morning. You're by dinner time, seeing a girl you like talk to somebody else, you're treading the waters of Incel Bay. So yes, go ahead and try to steal focus.
And I'm going to roll a, I don't know, I think I should roll I'm going to roll a fire dance.
Oh.
I think this would really be fire dance. Okay.
See, and I feel like you shouldn't have tiki torches. I feel like you should have those things that are not associated with certain
that's what I
bad
mean.
groups
Like
of
a
people.
a
fire
like
stick.
a bow staff with fire sticks. There you go.
Fire sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, tiki
yeah,
torches
those go.
are, but they also, for
Yeah, those are not good to.
a long time, weren't. And in this setting, they're not. So,
That's not what
can-
he was going for, just to clarify.
Fireman didn't know. I would say it would be. Well, I'm gonna hold a bite, and then we'll see what happens.
it's definitely direct. Oh, boy. Hold on, wait. Let me think of some of these ahead of time. Okay, got it. Roll it.
It's a bite buns.
Ooh,
Bite.
you should have those strings that have the fire on the end, that like you can like.
So bite buns. All right. So Rawlings and Trixie. She said, "Oops, only one straw." Whichever girl was talking to Rawlings is moving around. She's already been pulled in to the Soldier of Fortune, who's ready to show them how he serves. Trixie, you and Rawlings are there. There's only one straw. What are you two doing? Rawlings, what do you do?
I lean in for the straw, making eye contact with Trixie.
Okay.
Okay, am I like? What is the influence of him pulling his glasses off?
Just that you like there's no like compulsion. It's just, whoa, that was hot. Maybe I should fuck this guy because it's Voluptua. And guys, just to be clear, in Voluptua, and this part's true, there's no STIs and no one gets pregnant.
Nice.
Just so you all understand.
Okay, I'll just.
Oh, I understand.
You're like, and we're going to Voluptua.
I will just lean in, like, almost a little too close.
Okay.
And say, do you like it? Is it good?
It tastes this good. Can't help but wonder how other things might taste.
So, do you go for a kiss, Rawlings?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so as Rawlings leans in to kiss you, Trixie.
Does Trixie get in trouble if she... No. It's
No.
Sure.
Voluptua.
She will kiss him back.
So as Trixie goes to kiss him back, both of you feel flames on the side of your face. This clue reference. In any case, flame as the fireman, because he's direct and he's getting to the root of it and it's aggressive. Fire like sweeps past your face. He wasn't trying to hit you with it, but he is spitting fire around. So I need both Trixie and Rawlings to make like a dodge roll back from this. This fireman is like swung a flaming thing at both of them.
Kiss nipple.
So
Kiss nipple.
I rolled bite nipple and bite the turn off.
Turn off is a great thing in this situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go ahead and make them literal. You started kissing her and there was something loving and compassionate, but then like a little bit of like tooth came out. So you were already pulling back when a fireball comes towards your head.
Wait,
so
like tooth came out? Or
yeah, like her tooth came out in your mouth. No, like she was like starting to bite you in a way that you're like, oh, I'm scared of teeth.
Like,
So,
wait
like,
a minute.
Her teeth fall out. No, but like a fireball's bite, so you're already pushing back. So like to turn off of the, you're just like, so you leap back. Fireman. You swing it, but for the most part, it's just a dance. So like, you're doing it in an aggressive way, but you're not like actually hitting it. Trixie, what did you roll for your dodge?
A kiss,
Kiss nipple?
nipple. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oof, nipple wasn't a great thing to roll.
well,
So Trixie Daisy.
yes.
Because nipple is sensitive. And loving and compassionate and nourishing means you're sort of like not like in a defensive mode.
And
You're sort of
fireman
open.
should have known it's sensitive.
Yeah, well, so what fireman just did is your hair does catch on fire.
Like in a catastrophic way, or in a way that's like,
In a way that you could probably... Now, Rawlings, you see her hair on fire. Do you want to try to do anything about this? Like, do you want to try to reach across the bar and douse it in something, or are you like that's too much athleticism for you? You're already backing away. Are you? What do you do?
There's not any water on the bar.
Not on the top of the bar, no.
Well, I'm not a big enough idiot to throw alcohol on that.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
exactly.
that
Um,
so much.
so I will yeah, you know what? I will rip off my shirt and try and bat the flames away.
Understood. So, Rawlings, for you to do that, I just kind of need like a general. You know what? I'm gonna let you do I'm gonna be overly generous here. I'm gonna let you do a running. The idea being that you stepped away, so you're gonna do a running leap over the thing. So you probably want to choose either an action or a zone.
I want to set stroke.
I think that's exactly what you want. Okay, so do a stroke. I think for the most part, there's only one or two that would be bad here. Thigh?
It's energetic.
It is energetic. Okay, sure. I was saying that kind of like to me, you're like ears surging. Yeah, sure. So okay, we'll say you just do it, and okay. Here's how that'll scan. You in this like perfect move, you vault over the bar, ripping your shirt off, wrapping it around her head, and there's something about being in Rawlings's arms, Trixie, that is actually pleasurable to you. That is like somehow getting your hair lit on fire feels good in a place like this. So as you
Because it opens it up to an encounter.
exactly.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, what a funny story to tell our kids will never have because no one here gets pregnant. And
then I'll say, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I think so. I think so. Yes. I have to be honest with you. That's not my real accent.
What? That's. Well, you're doing quite an impressive approximation.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
And with that, you're holding her behind the bar.
Yeah.
You guys can just totally make out at that point.
Yeah.
We will proceed to make out.
Yeah.
So now, fireman. You just lit a woman's hair on fire, and Rawlings already put it out, and now they're making out behind the bar. And so, fireman, you now have to you have to do your fire dance again, with the understanding that everyone's watching you like this man's a maniac, and knowing that the main goal of this impromptu close quarters fire dance has already caused the thing you were trying to prevent to apparently happen even harder.
Oh shit.
You're like, I better split these two up by having fire be near them. Whoops, I lit her hair on fire. He's her hero now. Well, guess I better finish this show.
This is my favorite movie still. Gets better. Oh my gosh.
So please do a fire dance.
All right. Am I rolling for it again?
You are rolling for it. You can set one of your dice. You don't have to.
All right. He knew that was a little too much, so now he's going to control it.
Understood.
He's going to hold a stroke.
Understood. So you'll hold a stroke, which is also good because a stroke's a turn off for you, since it's the only way for you to have a stroke be effective. What'd you roll?
Ears.
Stroke ears. All right. So after a fire punch of an opening, from here on out, the flame gets a little bit dreamier and more intuitive. You just kind of like move through the crowd, freaking people out. I will say most of the women, even despite the clear control you're now showing, are really ducking away from you in fear that their heavily hairsprayed hairs will be ignited.
Aquanet.
Yes, the Aquanet. Okay. In any case, you finish your performance. But I have to tell you that you finish the performance and you look over, and you can cut out of this part if you want to. Well, I guess I'll ask first. Do Trixie and Rawlings, are they going to take this upstairs?
If Rawlings is open to it, if Trixie is.
He is? Wow, me as a player, I wouldn't think Rawlings was. Trixie
Here's the thing. I know that while we are in, like, the Soldier of Fortune does not want to lose me. He's going to be occupied for a little bit. While in Voluptua.
Also, by showing that you're flammable, it's proven you're not a monster. Maybe. So that probably helps too.
Well, I mean, sometimes the monster's inside us all along, but...
So yeah, Trixie, do you go along with that?
Yes, but I will say it's only because Fireman, if he would have gone about it another way...
Is it because he lit you on fire?
Exactly!
Okay.
If he would have done some, like, dramatic thing that was super hot...
I'm going to say that I know that if anyone guessed which Dreadland I was going to use as, like, a lesson for young people... no one would have thought it would be Voluptua, but I will say I think there's a real lesson there for all the kids watching at home. First of all, way to watch late at night, because this is the 90s and that's how you had to do it, and it's scrambled. But second, hear that, if you'd gone about it a different way and not lit a girl on fire, maybe you'd have still had a shot with her. But as soon as you light a girl's hair on fire to keep her away from another man,
you don't get the beguiling breasts.
You don't get the beguiling breasts, and you will have to settle for women throwing themselves at you as you sort wood on a near daily basis. And on that beat, as you sort of like look over and you now see there's a new bartender, and maybe you see a hint of Trixie and Rawlings disappearing upstairs, the Soldier of Fortune kind of like clocking Rawlings, he has these girls take him up to a room as well. Fireman, as you finish your fire dance, those individuals gone. Fireman, I want you to roll a look roll for me.
That's just like my investigate, the smoke it out, or just anything.
This I don't think. Tell you what. What if you see that she's gone? What would you do at that point? Let's do it like that.
I would teachable moment, kids.
Mm-hmm.
I would my fire stick. I would put it out in water.
Understood. As the steam rises. Perfect. As the steam sort of rises and the steamy nights begin, a man named Raoul is sort of sitting off in a corner watching Fireman through the steam. But his eyes kind of go from this sad gentleman over to that door that he just saw Trixie and Rawlings walk through. Now he figured that Trixie and Kimberly would make a good couple, but he just saw a new kind of passion once that man took his glasses off. And on that note, we don't end, because we do actually end on a sex scene between Trixie and Rawlings. So they're upstairs, and it is, and I will say to Trixie, and obviously, like, this, I think Trixie knew this when she signed up for this, nudity is required. You didn't have to have nudity in that shoot, but this scene, there's breasts. We finally see Rawlings' butt, everybody. That's a thing that happens in this. So for the first time, we see Rawlings' butt.
Like a year of Rawlings.
Yeah. Wow. So I mean, there's like,
but Eclipse of the Heart is playing in the background.
Oh no, a steel drum cover.
Yes.
That's a real deep cut, y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A steel drum cover of Total Eclipse of the Heart. So there's, and it's also one of those things where like it's like there's a lot of the like, you know, like cowgirl like grinding things of like, but like where it's just like hands on, you know, like a lot of hands on boob shots, but this
These
one is
like strategically placed.
Yes, and this one though is really tasteful because since it's a night scene, there's all this like dramatic, like soft lighting, and there's the blowing breeze of like the sheer curtains.
Yeah, shots of the waves.
Shots of the waves intercut with shots of like a finger on a lips, or you know, like it's real. Like you guys break out ice too. Oh, pour one out for Iceman, and there's like ice going down your body like a body heat. Curtains in the breeze. Anyway, and that's the awkwardness of a D&D sex game as Zane listens to me describe a sex scene between his wife's character and Dan's.
Also, my brother was watching tonight.
He was like, I'm out.
And scene. Yeah, so as Trixie Daisy, as we finally see the beguiling breast unleashed, this scene, guys, I will mention just in Trixie, I'll leave it here in some gross male gaze sort of way. That,
yeah, that's fair.
The actress
90s.
playing the Trixie Daisy does make it on to like the Mr. Skin top 10 list for the year.
Thank God. That's all she's ever wanted.
This is a she gets Hall of Fame nudity for this one. All right. So on that note, on the note of Rawlings, as the steel drums are playing the part where it's like I really need you tonight, as Trixie and Rawlings like collapse, the camera pans out to the beach, and that's where we end this episode.
Wow.
Woo! Okay.
So much stuff I was not expecting happened tonight. The Soldier of Fortune being here is changing everything. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad when I fuck things up.
Oh.
I like
thought you were just gonna be like, I'm glad when I fuck.
I am so glad I remembered that I said, and here's like peek behind my curtain. I am constantly writing things like that where I'm like, and if this happens, it'll be something. Maybe this. And then in the moment, I figure out what the actual thing will be. But I knew I wrote something, and I was hoping I had more, but I'm really glad of what I decided in the moment. Everyone, thank you.
Everyone, 90s hair. It's
everybody.
fake.
Oh, 90s hair is fake. That's hard to see in the. Wait, you should have taken that off when it got burned.
Damn it!
My face hurts
$11
from
on
laughing.
Amazon.
Oh my god, it's a really good match for you.
Boy.
I know.
Well,
Thank you.
Everybody. So now we've seen Rawlings' butt. We've seen Trixie Daisy's breasts. We've seen Fireman light a woman on fire.
For love. For
That
love.
was so good.
That's what we'll call it a night. Everybody, thank you so much. And I almost am sad that we're doing it the way we're doing it. We will not have another episode of Voluptua next week. Because instead, we'll be having another episode of our Star Trek Adventures game, which we're super excited about. This motion. So yeah, that's going to be our new thing where we have the fully built characters. We built a couple of those characters tonight. So join us next week for that. The week after, we'll be back to Voluptua. Basically, Fridays are always going to be great. The first Friday of every month is going to be a Star Trek game. The rest will be Blood from a Stone. We may adjust that if we decide we can or need to or something, but that's kind of the way it will be for now. There is, I guess we should mention, there is no Long Lost Loves tomorrow. That'll be back next week with talk of Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-toothed Tiger, Tyrannosaurus,
What is that?
White-
I forget.
White
Power
Tiger.
Rangers.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, you child. Are you even old enough to be a part of this stream? My
He was
God.
not- yeah, this is a crime because Dan was involved. On Sunday, we will have a more wretched hive. It's not the most wretched hive. Actually, it is because you'll never find a more one. So we will have the most wretched hive called a more wretched hive. And on Monday, we'll have Civilized Age, where you'll see what happens after Rawlings and Daisy get married, have kids, and then get a divorce. On Tuesday, we'll have another wonderful session of our Murder by Murder Agatha Christie game, and that's my walkthrough of the week, and then a week from tonight is our Star Trek game. So yeah, that's the fun we have on this channel. Please go to our About page to see the awesome stuff all of these wonderful players get up to. Go to our Discord where you can read if it's ever like a hot, lonely night and you want to relive the sexy times you could find in Voluptua, then go to our Discord and read the recaps of previous sessions.
You're writing those. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say you're writing like the recaps as we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's-
I don't write the recap. I write like notes for the recap. Like the last thing I wrote was Raoul watches, considers them a new couple. Meanwhile, Trixie and Rawling shook up to it's Rawlings hook up, but the space was in the wrong thing. Rawling shook up to a steel drum cover of Total Eclipse of the Heart, Ice Curtains in the Breeze. That's what I said.
It's amazing.
So I type those down and then I write it as like an actual like paragraphs the next day. So yeah, go to our Discord, check that out. Follow us on. Actually, don't follow us on TikTok anymore. We have enough
Don't
people.
follow
No
us
more
on
on TikTok.
TikTok. Oh, but I do want to say, I don't know if anybody's still hanging out. A few people came over from my TikTok, so thank you so much. Thank you for asking questions.
Welcome
We're so
for coming.
happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome.
Want to give a shout out to those Minnesota twins, always coming through.
Always.
You got a community sub gift this evening. Thank you, sir. We had Murder Hobos and Chocobros raid with a party of 6 tonight.
Thank
Hello,
you so much.
thanks.
Check them
And
out.
free beef taco followed this evening.
Oh,
Yes.
well, welcome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for
On my
following.
TikTok.
We hope
Also,
we're glad
I
we're
want
not
to thank
frightened.
Sophia Distracted because she DM'd me and she was like, I don't know if I can share this post that you just did because I'll have to answer a lot of questions because it's a woman in a bikini for the Instagram post for this evening's events. And she did anyway. She's
Did
a
you
real
see?
one.
Did you see? Did you see what apostrophe this wrote on that post?
No, I did. What did she
Comment that was yeah. I mean, well, Sophia did a hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, and the apostrophe this wrote, I must be hungry because I thought the bikini top was pan dulce because it which has like the lines. That was good. So yeah. So thanks to everybody. Which is honestly, hey.
Wait,
Somebody-
nothing happened to the long lost lord. Wait, did something happen to it? Wait, hold on.
Hmm?
No, it's okay. No, nothing happened to it. Phil's
Oh no,
just
I
like me.
was probably making my dumb joke if she was trying to
You
get us
made
to
me feel like
1,000.
it got deleted.
And I've been ever since it's been at 1,000. I always say no one else follow. We have enough now. But she doesn't like that, so I won't. So yeah, follow us on.
So Philip, wait, say what you said again. Pan what?
Pan dulce.
Okay,
What is it? Not? Is that wrong?
you're fine.
What is it?
Dulce.
Pan dulce.
Oh, I'm saying in Italian.
Yes, you pretentious. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know like 3 more languages than I do. I can't
It's
talk.
okay. I don't speak Spanish.
Well, technically I don't either. So,
Wait, you don't speak Spanish?
I
thought you
speak-
did. I genuinely thought you
Ish.
did. Oh, okay. Got it.
I understand it, and I can like speak on like a 1st grade level. I can communicate, but I don't speak it. Anyway,
Well, on that note,
follow our TikTok.
Pan dulce. Okay, gotcha.
Dulce.
Dulce.
Yes.
Now we're gonna have to just light everyone's hair on fire.
I do speak Spanglish.
Is it pan or pan?
Fun.
Pan. Pan dulce. Okay.
I mean, you can say pan. It's fine.
Pan dulce. Dulce. La dulce vita. That's what I was thinking. I said dulce and went to la dulce vita. The sweet life of Zack and Cody, which is an adaptation of an Italian film called La Dolce Vita.
Is it
Zach
really?
and Cody.
No.
Oh, it's not.
Okay, I was like, wait.
Guys, I'm so happy. Thank you all so much
He's
for
a
being
fan.
here. Appreciate all of this. Everybody, this is great. Until next time, have a dreadful and sexy night.
Ooh.